Hello, hello. How's everybody doing out there? YDBT Daily coming at you. We're going to talk a little bit about what the materials, labor, inflation, stagflation, damnation is going to end up doing to the automotive hobby, the automotive performance and racing hobby. We're going to talk about what it can do in terms of cost, in terms of quality. You're going to start seeing a bunch of stuff out there that's going to drastically change based on basically how everything is configured. You're going to see companies attempt to keep margins on the high side. And usually what happens is they cut back on quality, cut back on parts, reconfigure things. Just like you guys have started seeing new Mustangs, new cars in general feel cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. It also happens. Thank you, Izzy, on the sound check. You also see like in the grocery stores, right? They usually say, you ever notice when prices start getting high, cereal boxes are smaller and smaller. I could have remembered when I was a kid, a Snicker bar was as big as my head. And I thought, well, maybe I'm just getting bigger and the Snicker bars is smaller because I'm bigger. No, that a king size used to be a normal size Snickers, and all of a sudden they give you less and less. And usually with the parts manufacturers, they're going to do something similar. You're either going to have insanely expensive parts for them to maintain some profit, right? Let's say they don't skimp on material. Let's say they're not going to skimp on parts. They're not going to skimp on wiring. They're not going to skimp on anything. Well, you got to get ready to pay more money for the same quality parts that you used to have before. Or if the price stays the same, you can almost guarantee something is missing. Something is missing in that kit to make the price be competitive. So we'll talk about how that can manifest itself. Have you guys started noticing parts, prices based on the economy of how we're doing right now, how everything has drastically changed based on quality, price, quantity? Like, again, you're going to pay if you used to be able to get a 4 Innovations fuel system for $2,200, get ready to pay $2,350 for the same exact system. Or if you wanted to stay at $2,200, you're going to get less stuff in the kit because they have to make money. They literally have to make money. Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
It changed totally. And I started to see, because we work with shops, we're very lucky that we work with shops, so we can start seeing how that's affected the people out there. Bryce Saban became a member, so we'll talk about it, say hi to the people here, talk some shit, and we'll go from there. We got Fresh Pasteles and Fresh Pastelazo, both in the house. The pastries did make it. We got Diego Flores, Madi 50, Eliza's Kanye, Andy Ali, Naldo, 2000 MCR, Angel, Puerto Rico. He said, "What's good, dude? Last day here in Marathon Key. I envy the weather. I envy you. The weather's amazing. Guys, today is such a beautiful day here in West Palm Beach and South Florida in general. 84, not many clouds in the sky at all. Jake took half the day off to go fishing. Good for him. This is one of the days that you live for being in Florida. Happy Cinco de Mayo, says Izzy R. Paul H. Cop Tuning Solutions, Corvettes of Pasadena. People in God we trust, tuners, LTFT and STFT we trust. Very good. Wesley Stewart, Grande Macchiato but Liquor, SK Jeff, Harley, 4-door. We got Izzy already, JD Swag, The Mod, Joshua Lawrence, who has a picture of a girl for some reason on his profile. Innocent New Edge, Big Rick, I'm Hung Solo, Killa, The Hennessy, again, Josh is spamming the shit out of this fucking chat. Victor Garza, Justin Carone, Izzy, Lara, TJ, JD, and all the other usual suspects. So we'll start talking about it. Have you guys started noticing parts that used to be legit, used to be dense, heavy, robust? All of a sudden, they weigh less. There's less things in it. They reconfigure stuff. They used to be able to give you a wiring harness. Now the wiring harness is sold separately. The fuse for the BAP is now you got to buy your own BAP. Rami's down in the house. What's up, Rami? Again, we talked to we want to thank Parts Farm, 2 Auto Solutions, the sponsors of the show, Rami and Rami and Rob, the 2 guys that sponsor the show. Thank you guys so much for making it possible. Don't be a pussy and roll them gears, Alex. Oh yeah, I have to wear the clutch in, dude. I can't just go wide open throttle at 3 miles. You got to transfer some clutch material to the flywheel so that you don't glaze shit over. So taking my time, drive it a lot, and then I'll go watt probably Friday or Saturday and fuck around and find out. You just described Holly stuff, right? So again, because I'm not privy to the standalone stuff, I'm not privy to mechanical throttle bodies. What I see, okay, as a Coyote Trinity F-150 tuner, basically late model Ford stuff. What I see is what the market, what I see is what I see. Like, I'm going to tell you something that I started noticing in the last 2 or 3 months. Cold air intakes, and I'm not going to name names. S&B, they either changed the whole design or the manufacturing process, because for a very long time we had dialed in MAF curves. I'm saying 3 to 5% tops. Now them bitches are 10, 11, 12, 13%. So of course I tell the customer, do you have a MAF leak? And he swears to God, Jesus, Yahweh, everyone he swears to, that sucker does not have a MAF leak. So I'm like, am I going to have to hit a known tune by 15% on a part number that's been around since 2017? Yes. So did they add less? Did they make the new part with less material? Did they make it out of a different mold? Did they use Jello? The J in JLT might become Jello. Who knows? I have no idea. So I'm wondering what's happening. And I start to see parts that are vetted. I thought were vetted. Injectors, blower kits, throttle bodies, are they skimping and cutting corners in areas to keep margins and profits at bay while they're in the middle of this crisis? And you know what happens after we get out of the crisis, right? Do you think they go back and add more material? Do you think they go back and offer that harness again? You think they go back? No. It's no different than when a government makes a law, like COVID stuff, right? If they made certain laws based on that, it is insanely difficult to go backwards and live life how it used to be. So let's say, for instance, I make exhaust and I'm using a certain material that I think is high quality. Margin isn't great, but we all can make money, but I put my name on it because it's a quality product. Well, what people are doing now is they're skimping on the quality product to keep the margin where it used to be before that old motherfucker got in the White House and made inflation go 8%, whatever the fuck it is now. It is ridiculous. The price of goods, materials, everything has gone up. The dollar is worth less. So how are manufacturers going to combat that? They're going to give you less stuff. They're going to give you less stuff. It's just how it is. Like, okay, tuning devices, even though technically, according to the EPA, everything that can plug into your OBD2 port is illegal. Chips, when chips were basically not a thing, China shut down a couple of times, and which blows my mind that we're still making shit over there, but whatever. Like, you would have learned your fucking lesson by not making shit in China. Everyone on this chat will pay an extra $50 to $60 per product if it is made in the USA, verifiable. Absolutely, they would do it, but no. Guys got to have profit margin. The company's got to grow. Board of directors want a certain amount of growth every year. So they go, I don't give a fuck what you got to do. This manufacturing process has to change in order for me to keep up with the payments on my yacht, my boat, my house, my second bitch's apartment, whatever I have to do to maintain my lifestyle, I'll have to do. And the people that suffer are you guys and us as tuners that have to then go, something's different with these parts. Something's different. I don't know what it is, but something changed. Have you guys experienced that? And if so, how? We'll talk about it, because I've seen it in the ticket system. I've seen it in holding parts and seeing what's available. And by the way, the part that I bought some Borla exhaust for the GT500 off of Amazon. it said it was a certain part number. You know what I got in the mail? I got Durango exhaust. That's right. They tried to pass off that exhaust as Durango exhaust. 4 days to get here. I opened the box and I'm like, this piping looks on the small side, dude. Sure enough, you read the label and you look at the part number on the actual exhaust from a Durango. And I'm like, oh my God, I was hoping to get the exhaust done. Nope, from a Durango. So we'll talk about it. How have you guys experienced the latest inflation, parts shortage, material shortages, labor shortages? Because you guys are starting to see that is going to be the biggest issue. I can't wait till Elon Musk and Boston Dynamics, I think it is, make a robot that not only can put something together, but suck you and fuck you and cook you dinner without saying shit. It's a good time. So to talk about it, I've seen McDonald's doesn't have a dollar menu where I am anymore. Oh, and it's turned down. There's a reason 21, 22 Mustangs feel cheaper, and it is turned down. When government makes a tax, puts a 10-year expiration, do you ever see shit get cheaper in 10 years? Nope. Make that dollar menu great again. Arizona is still 99. There's dollar menus here. They're supposed to be making a chip factory in the US now. Look, I think what Elon Musk is doing, and if you guys are sci-fi geeks, Elon Musk is building Cyberdyne Industries, but Elon Musk is also Zefram Cochrane from Star Trek. If you know who Zefram Cochrane was, and you know what Cyberdyne is, he's building both simultaneously. Comp cams used to be right under $1,500. Now they're almost $1,900. Now I can guarantee that's for two reasons: materials and labor. Now companies have to overpay employees to stay. For the first time since I've been alive, companies have a labor shortage. In Florida, almost every restaurant that I go to has a labor shortage. The wait times are longer. People don't want to work. And I always think, where the hell are they? How are they paying rent? How are they living their life? So imagine that in a manufacturing capacity. Let's say you're in Ohio, you're in Connecticut, Massachusetts, you're in an industrial area, Houston, whatever. Nah, Houston, there's motherfuckers work in Houston. I don't like Houston, but the people in Houston are hardworking people, period. You can't sleep on their work ethic, because usually inflation and things like that don't affect big industrial cities like that. But it definitely affects the mom and pop, the small places, and you'll usually end up taking the brunt of the hit by paying more or getting a lesser quality part. Alex, what tune is best for my Walmart grocery cart? Fuck Joe Ride and Darts and Durangos. Sup, Darts and Durangos. Right now, Hellcats and Trackhawks. It is now Darts and Durangos. The problem is small manufacturers that don't have the name to have to compete with China drops in quality. I've been looking for machinists for months, says Bondo Bird. Nobody wants to work. This labor shortage is painful, man. And that what that makes the company do is overpay the people they do have, because they cannot. Bondo Bird cannot. Whipple, who employs Bondlebird, cannot lose Bondlebird. So think of the position you're in. But the problem is, some companies will take it personal if you leverage your position against them, saying, hey, if you want to keep me, it's going to cost you $3 or $4 more an hour. And they're like, fuck you. And I'm like, okay, so if I leave, who are you going to train in a short amount? You can't get people now. Imagine a employee that's been there 7-8 years leaving, and then they're super fucked. So for the first time since I've been alive, the employee, the labor force has a leg up, and they can actually come. Some McDonald's are $20 an hour to work at McDonald's. $20 an hour to work at McDonald's. Crazy. Blew my mind how quiet your clutch and trans was. My RXT groans and moans and chatter at Mr. Coyote. All about the install. The reason I wanted to make that video is because I have never gotten anybody to accurately depict what they're telling me of how the trans sounds like. And I said, okay. So I had Mikey, who used to work at Power by the Hour, who now runs his own business, who is the best installer and tech in South Florida, period. Him and Willie Lujan. Those are the only people I trust down here, period. But Willie's in Miami. The install was flawless. Has a trans-mounted Barton shifter, RXT clutch, stage 3 trans, It sounds minimal, like the minimal whining. It's good stuff. Guess I'll never get cams. In PA, there's no dollar menu. They call it a value menu. Spot on about the labor shortage. Getting sheet metal on time is getting close to impossible. Imagine you work as a with metals. Let's say you're doing bracing. You get contracted for government work for just doing racks. You're building what do you call it, platforms and things like that. Go ahead and get yourself some C channel, some 90-degree stuff. I mean, you're gonna have a price hike, and the availability is going to be very difficult. Where I grew up in Holyoke, Massachusetts, it's an industrial town. And I guarantee 3 or 4 of the machine shops, like City Machine and Holyoke Machine and all like that, I bet you their prices have gone up by 30%, and their wait times are extended out because nobody wants to work in that bitch. Hopefully people don't waste their money on BBK throttle bodies now, because they used to be 300. They are 530 Cyberdyne, right? I'm telling you, Fast Hippo. You know what I'm talking about. I was looking at buying a Gen 3 short block, and it looks like MSRP has gone up $300 since last week. Shouldn't have waited. The motor I have in my car right now, which guess what, guys? It's having cam reversion issues. That's right. So I'm going to start looking at the PCM and the wiring to see if there is a commanded cam reversion, because something's going on. A brand new motor should not have cam reversion. This is a 2021 motor. Anyway, the motor was, let's say, less than 6, more than 5, somewhere in the middle. Now you can't touch that motor for $7,200. That's right. That motor right now is up $1,500. Why? It's the same fucking exact motor. Why is it more expensive all of a sudden? I don't understand. Oh, just because in other words, those motors were made in 2020 or 2021. Okay. Why are they now more expensive? It's not, is it a futures market? Are motors a futures market? It's weird. This is why I have to find a PCB board and manufacturer in the US that can make custom LED boards in my lighting company. No manufacturer in China can get us boards under 6 months. We also can't find labor, bro. It's a bad deal. What's funny with labor shortages, some places proclaim that they're hiring, etc. Friend was trying to switch jobs, and yet the places they apply for are supposed to be desperate for work, but no call. John Shoemaker. I go to work every day in the morning, and half the gas stations have the doors locked due to no employees. You can get gas at the pump, but can't get anything from in the store. Wow, what's going on with you? I used to clean toilets in Arizona. Now I run Oregon, baby. Targets here in California are paying their workers $25 minimum. It's insane. What's up, Alex? You probably answered this already. I have a CJ, ported 20. I don't know. Why the fuck are you porting throttle bodies? Ported twin 6.7 throttle body and a PMS intake. Data log the car, and the idle's a little lean. The idle is a little lean, but everywhere else is within 5%. Can it be due to the ported throttle body? No, unless if it's a little lean, I'm not stressing it. Just hit the tune. If it's like 10%, 12%, it's normal. If it's 25, 30%, you have a MAF leak or a unmetered air leak coming in somewhere. Rich 50 says, it's like that at my job right now, and if you get someone to work, they suck. I know a lot of people say they are worth more than the employer is paying, but I don't understand. That's all about experience and not what you think you're worth, right? Brendan, a lot of people say, what's the job pay? Well, what's your experience? No. I'm not even going to apply unless I know what the job pays. Well, dickhead, if you have 20 years experience and you can weld, you can fabricate, you can put things together, you're computer savvy, you can type at least 40 words a minute, you have decent customer service skills, you can pretty much have the keys to the place. When I worked at a shop in Houston, I had the keys to the place. You know what I mean? It's not like they were like, oh, it's a probationary period. Within a week or 2 or maybe 3, I had keys to the motherfucker. And I was the one opening up. I was the one closing up. Okay. Now maybe they were desperate for somebody, but at least I showed some aptitude. At least I showed that I am cognizant. I'm with it. I understand what the job needs to be, and they trusted me with their shop. Trapping pays the bills. The job I left after 5 years is struggling, and I'm getting paid way more for less work. So you're saying selling drugs? So you, Salvador, are you saying you're selling drugs? Alex, when are the Luntunes going to raise in price? Funny you say that. They're due. We are overdue for a price hike because that's just how it is, because materials Not tuned specifically, but access to everything has gone up. If you guys have seen how many hoops we have to jump through to just get you guys a tune, that's due to lack of access. And we have to get creative and we have to get out there and do a whole bunch more work. Guys, in order to get you guys a tune, it is now triple the work. 2018, I would wake up with 100 people in my email, and I go, by 2:00, that list is going to be 0. No problem. In the last 2 years, if I wake up and there's 41 to 50 people on my ticket system, I know that I'm not going to be done by the end of the day bringing that list down to 0. It's just not possible anymore. For more performances, don't try to be a great man. Just be a man. Let history make its own judgment. Zephyrin Cochran. Boy, I love that Star Trek stuff. Channel support. California moves to embrace cryptocurrency and regulate it. Cali hungry. Trapping. Yeah, sucking dick pays the bills too. Doesn't mean it's the right move. Not Arizona. It's AutoZone. Exactly. In AZOR. AutoZone or O'Reilly's. I thought it was Arizona and Oregon. How's the throttle linkage coming for the GT500? I am not even working on that shit. I have to buy a Kenny Bell 168 mechanical throttle body and test my theory. It's going to be a good time. I've been paying more for less recently, and the quality is worse. Right. Not only is it more expensive, Jimmy Jams, which makes you think, okay, I don't mind overpaying for good quality. But then when you overpay for less, for subpar quality, that's like a double whammy, and it really pisses you off. National interest rate also went up again. 30-year fixed mortgage is now 5.41, was 2.785 months ago. But you know that was fake. You know that's an inflated number because or a weird number. The low interest rate to me was always weird. Now, don't you guys think there is a huge housing bubble about to pop where everyone was making $300,000-$400,000 for a house? And if you bought a 3-2 in West Palm Beach for $500,000 a year ago, oh baby, get ready for that sucker to be worth $381,000 to $400,000 in about a year or two. Bet me on that. Might be delayed because it's Florida, but it ain't gonna go up. Alex, how much of the cheap parts for the money do you think you could be the manufacturers doing a pump and dump before closing down for the EPA? Look, I have a lot of theories about the EPA stuff. I have a lot of theories about what people are doing with the EPA stuff. I have a lot of theories about what companies are going to do. If I was a company right now in the automotive performance racing world, I would be pumping and dumping so that I can have as much as possible before I get shut down. Plain and simple. I got 8 people that work for me and I started at $40,000 a year for 6 months of work. Can't keep anyone. Right, Nickel. So what is the biggest issue? Nickel, what is causing people to not work? Because the type of work you do is not easy. Let's be honest. It's not easy work. But any work worth any decent money should not be easy. Any work that's worth big money. Like, look, I am very well compensated for. My job is stressful as shit. Okay, my job, I take it home with me. I mean, I work from home, but I am like stressed the moment. And I know you guys might think, Alex, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't work that hard. You just sit on your ass. Guys, I was a millwright for fucking 12, 13 years. Look up what a millwright does. I was a traveling millwright too. Okay. I worked 24 hours. Listen to me. I have worked 24-hour shifts. You millwright during plant shutdowns, you know exactly why the 24-hour shift exists. It's illegal. Bullshit. Motherfuckers work you for fucking 3 straight days if they want. Got that money. So now this is a different type of stress. It's a different type of stress. You have a list. You're responsible for people's $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 builds. The life of their engine is in your hands. When they try to, I have a guy right now arguing with me overseas. Listen to this one. Listen to this one, guys. I think you'll like it. Let me get the paid one. So I have a guy overseas right now. Blew up his second motor. He blew up his second motor. And I go, your air load is 2.6. You're on pump gas and you have a Whipple supercharger. That means you're at 20 pounds of boost. Oh, it's low compression. It's low compression. Yes, it's low compression. Okay, well, let me ask you a question. Why did you go low compression? Well, the previous motor did not live. How much boost did you have on that? 12 PSI. You had 12 PSI on some Europe 98 RON or whatever the hell they call it over there. He goes, yeah. And the issue is I do sustained highway runs, meaning fourth, fifth, maybe sixth gear, 160 plus miles an hour for minutes. Guys, no engine that is supercharged creating 200-degree IATs is going to survive that stuff. So you know what his thought process was? Oh, lower compression, it'll live longer. But what did he do when he lowered compression? He raised the boost. Guess what happens to IAT when you raise the boost? Regardless of compression, through the roof. 200 IATs everywhere, blew up his second motor. So I gave him some advice based on 10 plus years of owning a Coyote and over 6 years of tuning. Sir, your best bet is to keep it at 10 PSI with stock compression and the best quality fuel possible if you're going to do the kind of racing that you're racing. He literally said, I don't agree with you. This is why I don't agree with you, Alex, because I have a built EcoBoost, a built truck, a built BMW, a built blah, 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 blah. Oh, okay, cool. Are any of those Coyote Mustangs? No. Shut the fuck up. The BMW's turbo, air-to-air intercooler. The EcoBoost, air-to-air intercooler. The Trackhawk is a push rod only making 700. So it's not even super built. It's basically not even a pulley. It's just a tune. The Coyote cannot live sustained 150, 160 miles an hour with a Whipple supercharger, regardless of how efficient the intercooler is, because after a couple of minutes at 20 PSI on pump gas and low compression, you're going to blow it up 100% of the time. So I said 10 PSI. It'll last a little longer with high quality fuel. He goes, I don't agree with you. Imagine having that conversation where you know 10 times more than the guy on the other line 40 times a day. Listen, imagine having that conversation knowing that you have way more data than the guy on the other line 40 times a day having that conversation. Go ahead. Let's see how long you last. And then when you leave, 5 o'clock, everyone thinks they can hit you up on the phone, right? You're like, oh my God, woo, get up. Fucking thing explodes. Middle of the night, asking tuning questions. That's why I say, unless there's money attached to it, I don't even open the messages. Fuck that. Not me, not anyone I know, but they're struggling to find peoples and jobs are paying more in my area, 30 to 40 minutes away. Jay Lopez says, thanks, Alex. And I bought the whole setup used. Okay. I don't even know where he's going with that. Channel support. Thank you, sir. Some pay 20 years. Gotcha. Dude must think that a Coyote is a 6.2. Hot air equals more power, man. Look how Cleater burned his blower down with a failed heat exchanger brick. Wait, did that just happen? My issue with Cletus is he's using methanol. This isn't an LS, bro. It's not going to work. I love you. Maybe it'll work for a little while. Maybe you want to do sustained burnouts. Hey, Cleet, let's talk. If you want to do sustained burnouts in that car, 15 to 18 PSI. 15 to 18 PSI. And you want to do methanol, you're good. You're good. Tune it properly, have plenty of injector. But if you want to make 1100 rear wheel and do sustained burnouts, that shit ain't for you, man. That shit ain't for that motor. You're going to burn it to smithereens. And GT500 motors are not cheap. So low boost, a Crown Vic at 700 wheel does similarly nice burnouts. It doesn't need 11, 12, 1300 to do a fucking burnout. So be smart. Lower the boost. Dude, sounds like he's making an Autobahn pull for my right. And he says, I disagree with you, Alex. You're incorrect because I have a Trackhawk and an EcoBoost and a BMW I built. Oh, okay, cool. You burnt down 2 Coyotes with your thought process. So you have failed twice building Coyotes. You have failed twice building Coyotes your way. He's giving away a Godzilla. Oof. Hell yeah, brother. Who's Clitoris? Gotta be rich to be building a GT500. I'd Coyote. Swap it. The Clip Master. How is the throttle linkage coming on the GT500? This motherfucker. I already answered that. Cletus has a quota for blown up engines. No. He asked me today. He hit me up today. He's like, Alex, what spark plug should I use? And then I said, how much boost? And he was like, 26. And I was like, that's what my GT500 makes. 1100 wheel. You're going to do 1100 wheel burnouts in a Crown Vic tuned with Holly with meth. Vaya con Dios. No, thank you. My car blew up after my second race tuned by a local tuner. Lund and Alex were able to immediately see the problem. I listened, and now over 2 years with a pro-charged Gen 3 and a new motor and quite a few races, my motor still lives and is healthy. And you know what's funny about that, car enthusiast? At any point, was culpability admitted to? Was culpability admitted to at all? So at what point do you say, okay, tuner, you knew my shit was on the ragged edge with pump gas, with E85 and a BAP on a blower that could make 11 or 12 PSI. It is irresponsible, in my opinion, for tuners to tune that combination and then just to send you on your way and say everything's good. And then when the car blows up, because you're under the impression that that tuner or those tuners know what they're doing. And then when it blows up and you go to another tuner and I go, let me ask you, what fuel are you using? E85. Which fuel system do you have? I don't have a fuel system. I have a booster pump. I go, there's your problem. And I can physically show you the fuel rail pressure drop on a data log. Do you ever see some configuration files from some tuners and they are insanely simple? I received a data log from a gentleman one time, an SCT data log, which we don't support SCT, but that's all he had. He goes, Alex, can you give me any indication of why my car is running badly? I go, sure, no problem. What's up? Sends me a data log. And I look at the data log and I go, you know what's funny? This data log is missing 30 things. It's missing like 30 things. One short-term fuel trim was working. No long-term fuel trims were working. It had spark, throttle, knock. It had like 7 or 8 parameters. And I go, 7 or 8 parameters? I said, let me ask, look, I have a leftover SET configuration. Here, data log the car with this configuration. His Bank 2 O2 sensor was junk. The data log he sent me only had Bank 1. And I go, how is a tuner, unless they're configuring it to tune off of one O2 only, going to be properly able to diagnose your vehicle with a configuration file that only shows half of the engine working? It blew my mind. I said, replace your O2. Didn't charge him either because we don't tune with SCT. I just looked at a log. I go, change your O2. Change the O2. Set me another ladder log. He goes, man, the car's running beautiful. I go, bro. And I am blown away that tuners like that get return business. Tuners like that get return business because of convenience. There are people out there getting tuned by known bad tuners because they're local. I know guys that get their engines built by known bad engine builders because they're local. Blown away by the thought process. Got to trust your tuner when going WA, and I have no worries with Lund Racing. My bad, I missed it. Alzheimer's is a motherfucker. In all reality, most Americans are underpaid, even in professional positions, period. That's why I prefer to work for a private company that is not beholden to the shareholders. Correct. You're going to make more money like in a small business or a business that does not necessarily, is not a corporation. Actually, you can do a small corporation and still get super fucked. But let's say like I'm not going to work for IBM. I'm not going to work for Google. I can't because I'm stupid. I'm not going to work for Tesla because I'm stupid. But I'd rather work for a company that has a high investment percentage in their employee staff. Lund Racing, I got a profit sharing. I got a what equates to a 401k. The salary is great. There's quarterly bonuses. Life's pretty good here at Lund Racing. Going blue soon, and I will be going with Lund. Can I use an Engage device on a 2021 F-150? No. Oh, 50. Sorry, 2021 50, or do I need an RTD? Curious, but thanks for the content. So On Lund Racing N gauges, we cannot make a 2021 Mustang be able to flash with an N gauge. So you're going to need an RTD or an HP Tuners N gauge. It has to be an HP Tuners file because the tune for 21 and up is built on HP Tuners. 20 and under, who are King Daddy, 20 and under, are built with a completely different set of softwares. The tuner said, I must have done something wrong. What did you do wrong? What did you do wrong? Like, what could you do wrong? If you left there with a certain pulley on your car, E85, and a BAP, you're going to burn it down 100% of the time. I gave them the benefit of the doubt to diagnose the issue. They looked at everything and said, tune is perfect. I said, my car blew up. It can't be. Then Mr. Car Enthusiast, who I've met personally, I've shaken his hand. He's a nice guy. He said, hey, Alex, Lund, this. I said, look, he talked to Frank Perdomo. Perdomo and him got together when he worked at Power by the Hour. I ended up tuning the gentleman. His car has made good power. The transmission is shifting better than ever, and his car is safe. And I said, if you're going to go racing, put some octane booster in it. If you're going to go racing, if not, ride out with some 93 and be good. He is a firsthand account of how a tuner can literally absolve himself of any responsibility, and we know what they did was super fucked up. I can't even get a tune with my Roush. Don't want to tune at all if I can't have Lund. Hey, I appreciate that very much, man. That's nice to hear. 401k for the win. Company matches up to 5%. People pay $20, $30 in fees to have Uber Eats delivered to them because of convenience. Look, I'm not one of those guys that is lost on the nuances and the little things. Like, I know that if I have 2 coffees a day for a month, it's a lot of fucking money. It's a lot of fucking money. Let's say a coffee's $3 twice a day, 6 times 30. It adds up really. That's $180. It adds up really quickly. I'm pretty damn good with my money. I'm stupid with my money when it comes to cars, but if anything happens, I could just sell them. It's not a big deal. Makes sense with smaller companies. The detail company I work for is Washington. The detail company I work for is Washington. It's only in this state and pays more starting than equivalent jobs around. A lot of tuners are basically committing malpractice. There should be consequences. But the problem is, how do you prove it? The only way to prove it, theoretically, is he has to self-snitch, right? Some people are out there taking their blown-up motors to a competitor tuner or a competitor engine builder that dislikes Lund, and they take it out and they go, yeah, this is the tune. How the fuck do you know it's the tune? Well, there's certain things that I could tell if he has too much timing. Bro, I'm going to tell you guys very simple standards we practice. I'm not going to go over 15 degrees on a Gen 3 on pump gas boosted. I'm not going to go over 24, 25 degrees on a Gen 3 pump gas NA. I'm not going to go over 30 degrees on a Gen 3 E85 car. I'm not going to go over 21 degrees on a Gen 3 boosted car. Same goes for Gen 2 and Gen 1. That's it. The very easy guidelines that Junior has laid out based on everything. Because I remember one tuner that was training me back in the day who is inept. I mean, inept. You're going to blow up a car one day on the dyno. And I thought to myself, okay, I'm going to cause the blow up, or a car is going to blow up because of maybe a weak rod, a weak, fueling issues, a stuck injector. He goes, no. You just push the envelope and things happen. I go, so why push the envelope? Like, if you know the guidelines and you know where you should stay and you have fucking ears and you know how a motor works, why would you send it to the ragged edge? And when a customer comes up to me and says, I want you to bring it right to the edge and then back it off a little bit, I say, no. And I love saying no to a customer and seeing their face. They go, what do you mean? I go, I am saving you from yourself. You want me to bring it to the edge and then back it off a little bit? When I know where the edge is? When it blows up. When it blows up, I'm going to bring it to the edge, because this is what happens. Hey, I got 22 degrees in this boosted car, made 1100. Can you give me 23? I think I'm at the edge. Yeah, but can we try it? Okay. and let's just say it doesn't like that extra degree, and it blows up. And then I'll go, well, at least we found the edge, didn't we? What the fuck? You're a fucking asshole. You blew up my car. No, sir. I did not blow up your car. I brought it to the edge. Now we know where the edge is. So when you build it for another $17,000 and come back, we'll put in the 22-degree tune. Stupid motherfucker. I work for a decent-sized dealership and constantly feel like I'm getting screwed over on hours and dealing with the favorites in politics. About to move to a local performance shop. Best is when the log shows knock sensors blowing the fuck up. Animal cracker support. Got the animal crackers. Thank you to Elon Musk for sending me the animal crackers. Alex, can you blow it up and then send me a less aggressive tune for my new motor? I left there with a what I now know was completely wrong. 13 PSI, 93 octane, 21 degrees. Listen to that, guys. Oh, my Lord. Hey, Alex, my tuner makes 700 on pump gas. Yours doesn't. 13 PSI, 93 octane, 21 degrees. Bro, they were doing hero pulls on your shit. And you know what's funny, guys? When you're on a dyno, the dyno's freewheeling. No big deal. The car goes, wah! Happy as fuck. Then you get on the street. And those same wheels that were happy as fuck on a roller now have to push a 4,000-pound car through the wind. And guess what happens? It goes, fuck, no way, bro. We're not doing this. Knock sensors fucking pegged. But wait a minute. It made 700 on the dyno. Oh, on a freewheeling dyno? Gotcha. Exactly. Street load is a different story. Alex, you know if David Ortiz is cut or not? At least I can block him right away. Hey, Alex, I have a Mazda RX-8, so I'm a bit out of my area here, but I've learned a lot about the Mustang platform from you, and I even considering owning a 17 GT now. RX-8, Rich, that's a great car to start with, in my opinion. In my opinion, you should do minimal bolt-ons, very minimal bolt-ons for the phone exhaust headers, LU47s, injectors, an 18 manifold maybe, and a cold air. Y se acabó. Have fun. Anything above and beyond that, save for boost, sir. 13 PSI is almost 780 wheel. That's way too much on 93. No, but he's the best tuner. He's the best tuner. Fucking clown show. I'm not going to say that. Had to work. Finally made it. Robo style. I doing Robo style. Mike Rasovic says, can you clip that so we can send that to any retards that still think remote tuning doesn't come close to dyno tuning? Right. Every single time I see a guy on a dyno and he goes, oh, dyno tune is better. Okay. If I go watt and I can look at the graph and smooth out the bumpiness of the graph, add timing here, cam timing there, move the intake cam, move the exhaust cam, blend in fueling here, blending fueling there, cap protect, Watt. Man, this thing is making 710 on pump gas. Here's the key, sir. The moment you go watt on the street, you're going to hear the motherfucker pinging. What was that? That's Sasso. What do you mean that's Sasso? Oh, now the car is pushing its own fucking weight on the street. Stupid. Dumbass. Well, that doesn't matter. Okay. I shot my... You gotta love these people. I'm the best tuner, bro. Is there any chance y'all do tunes for 042 valve? Unfortunately, no, because there's no wideband, Stiggy. There's no wideband. And even if you were to put a wideband in it, how are you going to analog it in for us to be able to tune it with an RTD or a Lund Racing Engage? Nearly impossible or extremely expensive to do so. Can't wait for the watt first to third pull on that Caliber Stage 3. It's going to be fun. Some TikTok needs to post that clip so the comments can go crazy. Right. Look, what's going to happen with the TikTok stuff, and he does a really good job. He puts stuff up that is controversial. So people are going to say, oh, Dyno Tune is way better. What are you talking about? If you want to smooth the graph, sure, the Dyno Tune is way better. But the moment that car gets pushed on the street, everything changes. This is what I think a dyno is for. Watt, make sure air fuel is good, timing is good. Then you go to the track. And that's where you dial the car in. That's where, or the street, closed course, pushing its own weight, shifting gears based on anticipation logic, making sure that when the car does a 1, 2, 2, 3, it feels fine. No, y'all motherfuckers want to see a smooth dyno sheet. Smooth dyno sheet. That's what I want. I've heard so many guys come up to me and they go, yo, look at this power curve. Bro, this power curve is fucking legit. And then I go, ha! And they go, well, let me see your dyno. And it looks like the Andes or the Himalayas. Wait, I don't get it. Yeah, that smoothness you got, cool. I can make a curve look super smooth on the dyno. How's that going to translate on the street? Well, it's the same thing. No, it's not. That's exactly why I went with my Luntune versus the other guys who were half the price. Now I know why it was half the price. What's your dream car? Cobra. I saw a Factory 5 Mark 5. I've seen the backdraft Cobras are super mint. Twin turbo Coyote, 900 to 1,000 horse, backdraft Cobra, hardtop, all day. But the dyno's always right. Like the guy that dynoed his Corvette, shout out to Second Shift Racing for making that great meme because it got shared everywhere. 1320 shared it. Good for Second Shift Racing for, getting a little recognition. Obviously, on this show, we debuted it, but it was Second Shift's meme. Guys like that will literally not race you if your dyno doesn't make either exactly what theirs makes or more. What's your car make? Who gives a fuck? Race me, bitch. What if it makes 400 but it weighs 1,800 pounds? Stupid, dumbass bitch, stupid motherfucker. A dyno is the Smith machine of the car world. 3 plates for the Smith machine is not 3 plates on the flat bench. 100% right. When a guy posts on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Grinder, Pornhub, Plenty of Fish, 3 plates today. 3 plates on a Smith machine is not 3 plates raw, son. Stop it. 3 plates on a Smith machine is 265, 275. Stop it with that bullshit. I joined TikTok just to see the comments. Does Luntune boosted 350s with stock fuel system on the 85 or no? Yes. I've seen some people go return style and some stay with the stock twin pumps with BAPs. They can do stock twin pumps with BAPs if you keep boost low. Some people get greedy with BAPs and the stock fuel system. The stock 350 has 2 fuel pumps. So twin BAPs, 1000cc injector, 11 to 10 PSI, it'll make 800 all day, every day. 5.2, big cams, high revving, that's where the power comes in. Smooth brain is right. Smooth like their brains. I love that shit. This is not really the Tour Viate, so I'm not going to boot him. I work in manufacturing. That's not him, guys. It's not B Turvy. That's not. If that's the real Turvy, he is gone. There's no way that's the real Turvy. I work in manufacturing. The port issue is Shanghai is an issue, but the big looming issue is the West Coast ports. Their contracts expire in June. Get ready for months of delays. I'm sorry, after I got the car back after 2 days, I had a misfire on cylinder 8 and it wasn't showing that before. Could it be from the dyno pulls? I'm sorry. After I got the car back after 2 days, I had a misfire on cylinder 8 and it wasn't showing that before. Do a compression test on cylinder 8. Better late than never, bitch. Look, if that's a real Turvy, I'll boot him. I'll boot him again. And I'll actually go to the settings and boot him from the whole channel. He has to rename his shit. Alex, thinking about checking a 19 Celine white label. What are your thoughts on those numbered cars? Does it have a Kenny Bell blower on it? Actually, Gen 3 Kenny Bell blowers are AIDS, right? Like, have you guys seen Gen 3 Kenny Bell blowers? And by the way, they sold to AccuFab. So Mahovitz is now the owner of the Kenny Bell stuff. So maybe he'll unfuck it. He's a good guy. He talks really slow like this. Let me see this fucking abortion of a blower that they designed for the Gen 3. Let me type in 2018. What's up, Tony? 2018 Kenny Bell Supercharger. Is that it? No, that thing looks like super AIDS. What Boy, they don't even have photos of it. Their website was absolute fucking trash. I mean, they have the worst website. Can anyone send me a link to a picture of a Gen 3 Kenny Bell blower? It is seriously AIDS. It was actually comical. Super comical. It is actually. Okay, cool. See you later, bro. If it's B Turv, he's gone. Fuck out of here, dumb motherfucker. Goddamn, who said Beetlejuice exactly? Late, but what's up? I'm gonna go have to join TikTok just to see the clips. Not only that, guys, the comments are comical. And by the way, if YOLO D-Bag TV replies to you, that's not me, guys. That's the owner of the channel. Asshead is back again. Take your stupid inbred neck tattoo. Have an ass back to second. He's gone. I booted him. He's gone. I stopped watching a few days and Turvey is banned. What happened? Yeah, he got 3 job offers and said no to all 3, so he's done. Alondra Flores, did you see MMR get 689 NA from a Gen 3 5.0 stroke to 5.5? Okay, on an engine dyno or on a chassis dyno? If they're measuring from the back of their necks, I don't care. Turvey got in trouble. Must have missed it. What's the best blower? Pick with a milk jug and prove it. Oh no, Turvey is banned. Gonna miss the free entertainment. Get the fuck out of here, motherfucker. I love when people brag about the weight they can lift, but their form is straight dog shit. Alex, if I use Octane Booster on my 18 Whipple with a back tune done by you, do I need a different tune? No. But if you want to take full advantage of the Octane Booster, yes. Laughed my ass off. Got his tail between his legs coming back for some bitch, y'all. Exactly. Turvey got banned for turning down 3 job offers. Spell red, Turvey. But Alex, it comes with wood screws. Pro-choice blower. Alex, what's your sperm count lately? There must be some guy that lives in his house and all he does is try to get known on the chat. And that's the funny thing. Like, there's guys out there that live just to fuck with people, but not like in a malicious way. They just want to be stupid. And I'm like, wow, could you imagine being that fucking dude? That's all he does all day. Unreal. Just saw people lighting themselves on fire. Why? Seeing the comments on those TikToks made me want to sell my Mustang. Engine dyno, not wheel horsepower. Engine dyno, I don't care. Did you see when Evan Smith went to some guy's place and he's like, yeah, this Cobra Jet stage 3 cam Coyote at 12 or 13-1 compression made 800. Get the fuck out of here with your outdated ass bullshit. You know how many of those, you know how many of those combos I've seen on cars? Lock cam stage 3 CJ ported to death. The most I've ever seen a car make was like high 500, low 600. Stop it. Stop it with that bullshit. Yeah, if you guys don't click the likes, I mean, this algorithmically goes nowhere. So all I ask for you guys is to click the like button. Alex sent the Ken Bell pic to your Gmail. Thank you. I got to see that because, you know, for a while there, Kenny Bell was constantly calling Senior and saying, you know, Alex is out there talking about you. And Senior was sick of hearing about it, but not sick of hearing about it because he felt that, you know, I should stop. He was sick of hearing about it because Kenny Bell doesn't have any right to tell me anything, like, ever. Look at this fucking abortion. I mean, look, if the Supreme Court wanted to pass a law to abort this, I'd be okay with it. You know, if the Supreme Court was like, yeah, you know, I think we can allow abortions of these superchargers. Oh yeah, absolutely. Look at this thing, guys. Good luck changing your this fucking Bank One spark plugs. Like, Bank One spark plugs are literally a blower removal. Guys, look at this thing. Oh my God. There's one spark plug. You might be able to get to that spark. That's a cam connector. Yep. Oh my God. That's so fucking mint. Where the fuck is the inlet? Oh my Lord. Kill it. Kill it with fire. Shee. Look at that piece of junk. It probably makes good power, but god damn, what a hunk of shit. Sheesh. Bro, you guys think I made fun of Kenny Bell because I had a vendetta or something? No, look at that. What the fuck is that? What do you mean? What's the problem? This thing is liquid cooled mammoth. There's a reason you named it the mammoth. It's extinct. It's over. It's over, Johnny. Where's it's over? Well, come on. Where? Nothing's over. There you go.
It's over, Johnny.
It's over.
It's over.
It's over.
Nothing is over.
Bro.
Nothing.
It's over.
You just don't turn it off.
Stop it. Stop it, bro. Rear entry for the win, right? The senior like is at 450. I'm about to order. Dude, that bitch is bad. Greg, that bitch is bad. It's a badass truck. What's next? Fender throttle body would work better with a carb. Cooled with hot engine temp water. Right. I love when they say, oh, liquid cooled. Can I ask you a question? What's the liquid that's cooling this blower? Oh, the coolant from the motor. Coolant from the motor that's 180 degrees is liquidly cooling your blower. Got it, bro. Hot garbage. Not gonna lie, after I asked about the misfire, I said I was gonna get a lot of hate. Could be because it's got 300,000 miles and he took it to get dynoed. A 2-valve owner took a 300,000-mile car, 2-valve, to be dyno tuned. And you wonder why I don't fuck with 2-valve guys. Stiggy, vaya con Dios. Did you ever make your mind up over your next truck? Sorry if I've gone over it. No, honestly, I'm kind of like up in the air. I'm still kind of wanting to sell it. I'm going to replace the CVs because the CVs exploded on my truck and see what I can get for it at a car dealership. And if I can get into another truck, I would. What are your thoughts on a manual Hellcats? Would you build one? Yep. But obviously, I don't have the money. A manual Hellcat to me is super enticing. But, you know, that trans is going to get fucked up. The car's a tank, the boat. So to build a manual Hellcat, I know I'm going to go through clutch it. I'd rather just build my car, my GT500, put a manual in it. Kenny Mouse just said the Ultimate GT500 blowers, probably their only blowers that actually sell. Has Lund ever considered tapping into the LS and LT markets? Nope. Insanely saturated. No money in there. I have a 2020 F-150 and it shits on a Ram and Chevy 3500. Not even close. 300,000 miles of stock plugs. Hey, Alex, how much difference does a rear 305 tire make versus a 275 on a Century 810? Do you think it'll be a significant difference, all the things being equal? Worth the price difference for the 555 R2 depends on the width of your wheel and your suspension setup. Cuck of the Day award. Why don't they offer a separate liquid cooled for them? My M3 had a separate cooling system for my air to water. Unless they used the blower intercooler stuff to liquid cool the blower, but that means a VMP blower is liquid cooled. That means a Whipple blower is liquid cooled. That means a Roush blower is liquid cooled. That means a Edelbrock blower is liquid cooled. It's dumb. It's just a 6's Hellion F-150 beat an 850 horse GTR from a dig. I'd like to think it's because of the Lund tune. Could be. You're going to have to slide. Are the hoses wrapped in ice packs remembered about the live ice pack? I'm done. Dyno Tuner takes earphones off, makes full pull, rattles the pistons out of it. That Kenny Bell blower comes with your own YouTube channel. Yeah, Gavin's Lund tune Shelby beat that GTR. Owner was cocky too. I've seen a couple of manual Hellcats for sale. They have the 6060 in it. Yes, they do. Mini bike. The new guy at work just bought a V6 Challenger all-wheel drive. He said it'll beat my 14 Mustang if I give him 5 cars and the hit. Oh, well, a la verga tuning, liquid warmed. That's the thing. When they would say liquid cooled, I would laugh so hard because I'm thinking, you know, all you have to do is open the engine bay, right, and go, excuse me, Mr. Kenny Bell spokesperson, can you point? Can you point with your index finger where the liquid that cools the blower, which you advertise as it being some kind of chilling effect, is located? Points to the radiator. right there. There's the liquid that cools the blower. Oh, gotcha. Thank you. Appreciate it. But then heating the intercooler fluid, either way, it's a shit design. Hi, new to cars, and can I get a Lund tune with a non-Lund handheld tuner? For example, I have a SET device. Can I work with Lund? No, sir. We do not support SET. SET does not support us. RTD or used N-Gauge is all we support right now, or MPVI2 with RTD with TDN. I'm just going to keep my Mustang stock. Fuck short supplies. I have no knowledge of this, but if you had an ice tank in the trunk and used that to cool the supercharger like that, how long until the water matches engine temps? Could you even drive to work and back? Yes, Mike Rasovic, but I have a heat exchanger. I have an ice tank in the back, and the liquid goes through a heat exchanger in the front with fans. So it cools it, and I just have a big, huge reservoir. If you do not have any, and you turn off, let's say you turn off your heat exchanger, or you bypass the heat exchanger and go ice tank to blower, you're going to see no effect. It's going to be awful. It's going to be hot as fuck within 20 minutes. Cobra Jet was discontinued like 2 months ago. Okay. What's happening there? I don't know why he said that, but cool. And we got, I've been considering a 2014 E63 AMG, 577 horse, all-wheel drive, 0-16 and they're in the $45,000 range. How do I pass emissions? You put all your emissions equipment back in the car and pass the car legally. That's how you do it, sir. My underhood ice tank doesn't work. I feel robbed on $499. Which one? Is it the VMP one? Carter's TV? Is it the VMP underhood ice tank? That was a gimmick and a half. Found the 6-speed 17 Hellcat in Worcestershire. Hey, mini bike, send me a link. The problem is it's a Northeast car because them shits rust real quick. My 11 was pretty clean for what it was. The moment I got it up on a rack, everyone in Florida goes, what the fuck's wrong with this car? I'm like, I don't know, it looks good. They're like, no, this is trash. And then I got under a Florida car that was 20 years old. Bitch was, man, what's up, Tony? I know you got to go out. You got to eat. You got to do the whole thing. What's up, buddy? People want to say hi to the people here? Want to say hi? Sniff on the mic? Why are you sniffing on the mic? Why you sniff on the mic? There you go. Sniff on the mic real quick. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. It's been an hour. Oh, my God. I'm going to take homeboy out, get him some food because that's the only reason he's up here because he's hungry and he wants some attention right now. I'm going to be on tomorrow to finish off the week, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for another YDBT Daily. We're going to hang out with each other. And then as always, we do the peasant chat. We're going to give away cookies every Tuesday this month. So every Tuesday this month, we're going to give away 3 Do My God cookies. So you guys can enter, have funny comments to say on the hour and a half, 8 o'clock Tuesday show. And then I might do a giveaway on peasant chat, depending on it if I want to, whatever. But I'm going to get the hell out of here. So again, guys, be on the lookout for high price parts or low quality parts based on the current shortages everywhere, because it's just going to be the new norm until the EPA and the government shuts down ICE forever. And we got to revert to battery operated vehicles, EVs. Guarantee it's going to happen. So we'll see. We'll have some fun before the apocalypse and Cyberdyne actually becomes sentient and blows us up in Judgment Day. All right, guys, I'm out of here. See you guys later. Bye.